A new ranked season has started, so as always I want to give a few builds for every single role for the new season in case you want to get to master rank as fast as possible. Currently the best Pokemon and the first all-rounder we will go through is Zacian. Sacred Sword Agility is still the best moveset as well. And for head items we go Muscle Band, Scope Lens. You can also replace Muscle with Razor Claw if you want to have that instead. And of course 6 brown, 6 white emblems. Either you go for the minus special attack one, or you can also go for crit emblems. I think it doesn't really matter which one you go for. It's totally fine. Scope Lens for crit rate is also of course quite nice. And Zacian is still one of the best Pokemon, or it actually is the best Pokemon right now if you want to win. It can go top, bot, or mid. It has insane damage, very early game power spikes, one of the best early game in the entire game. And it can also secure objectives quite easily with its Unite move. So you can get Regis and you can also get Rayquaza late game. You can even 1v1 Rayquaza super easily. So overall Zacian by far one of the best choices you can make right now. It is weird recommending Mewtwo right now, but Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y are part of the game now, and I think they're at the point where they feel more ethical. Of course, they're still quite strong, especially Mewtwo X, they're one of the best Pokemon as well right now, but here again, we're at the point where we have to... They're part of the game now, we just have to deal with it, and I don't think they necessarily are 1v9 Pokemon anymore, but they're still one of the best as well. Mewtwo X as well, I think is currently a bit better than Mewtwo Y, especially for solo queue. I like Recover Future Sight the most actually, but you can also go Teleport Future Sight. Both are totally fine options. High Strike is alright, but I think Future Sight just has much more KO pressure. And for head items, I play Muscle Band. Still with a Scope Lens, of course. Crit rate of Mewtwo X was also nerfed, but the Scope Lens with basic attacks still do so much damage that I feel like I cannot not go it. And for the last item, you can either go Weakness Policy, or you can also go for a Focus Band if you really want to. Attack rate I necessarily wouldn't recommend. I think Weakness Policy is just, a much safer item for you to go for. And you can also play this again in top, bot, or mid path. And then we have also the same emblems as for Zacian. You can go for a crit one, or just the normal HP minus special defense page, totally fine. And for the better item, I would always recommend Full Heal. I think it's just the safest choice you can have. If you go for Teleport, you can also maybe go for something else. Next up, we have Azumarill, currently one of my favorite Pokemon that I feel is very reliable at winning ranked games with the Aqua Tail and Water Pulse build. For head items, we run Attack Rate, Weakness Policy, and for the last one, Scope Lens. You can also replace Weakness Policy with either Focus Band, Muscle Band, or Energy Amplifier. All of those are also fine choices. Even Drain Crown is totally fine. And for this one, we go 6 brown, 6 white. I like X-Speed the most. You can also play Full Heal, but I feel like X-Speed just gets the most value out of, kiting around and making sure you can keep your opponents inside of your Aqua Tail. And then also this one we don't go for central area. You want to play this either on top or bot path, get your attack rate stacks in, and then try to snowball games as fast as possible. I can also recommend Mimikyu, the newest addition to Pokemon Unite. It's a very fun all-rounder that has very strong potential in ranked. But mainly for the Shadow Sneak and Shadow Claw build, I would not recommend any other move combinations. This is by far the best that will help you win a lot of games. Muscle Band, Razor Claw, Focus Band is my go-to build with X-Speed, and then 6 brown and 6 white emblems. The one that has minus special attack, no crit shenanigans. And I think Mimikyu has a lot of potential for ranked. I think it's better in central area, but you can also play it in top or bot path. Usually I would go in bot path because it gives more experience, but in the end, I would mostly recommend it playing in Central. But yeah, Mimikyu, in case you bought it or you think about buying it, it's an amazing Pokemon right now to play in Ranked. And for the last round on this list, we have Blaziken. After the buffs, I can 100% recommend Blaziken. It's a very strong Pokemon for either top or bot path. You will go for double stacking, attack rate cookie. I play Muscle Band as my third item, and you can also play Focus Band or Weakness Policy if you don't want to go for a Muscle Band. Razor Claw is also alright. Your auto attack still a good amount. So both of those items, Razor Claw, Muscle Band, work totally fine as well. Always running up the eject button and then 6 brown and 6 white items. Or emblems, I mean, of course. And yeah, Blaziken is super good. I think it's one of the biggest plus points as well. It can get objectives quite easily, and that already makes it a very strong Pokemon for ranked in general. But after getting level 8 or level 7, it's an absolute monster, and you should not underestimate it. Continuing with attacker Pokemon now, currently the best attacker probably is Mew. You can either play it on top, a bot, or mid. You can pretty much play it anywhere. We go for double glasses with a spoon, and then we go for 7 black and 6 green emblems, eject button for our battle item. And yeah, Mew is super strong, has very good early game. Again, you can go central area, top bot path, you can get lasted quite easily, and you have a lot of damage in team fights now. Solar Beam getting a huge buff on the cooldown reduction makes you do a crazy amount of more damage. This next attacker should not be a surprise in Teleon with Liquidation Acrobatics. For central area, top or bot path works in every single path super easily. You can also play Snipe Shot. Both of them are good. Both of them share the same hate items as well with double glasses and a spoon. You can also play the curse item instead of wise glasses, but in general I think you just want to optimize your damage output with liquidation and make sure you get those one shots in. And yeah, snipe shot only played in top or bot path. I would not recommend playing snipe shot in central area. If you go for central area, you play acrobatics liquidation. If you want to play snipe shot, you will also go for face stinger instead. You can also play face stinger in the liquidation build as well. Both are totally fine. Acrobatics is a bit easier, and face stinger takes a bit more skill because you have to consistently auto attack, so it's a bit more, you know, micro heavy. And for emblems, you just either run 7 black and 6 green, or you can also just run a full special attack item page. I like that for snipe shot as well a lot, just maximizing my damage output to really get those one shots in. And for the third, yes, you're seeing right, Mewtwo Y. Even though I really don't enjoy playing this Pokemon, I think it's quite boring, it's still one of the best and easily a top 3 attacker Pokemon. You can either go recover future sight or teleport future sight. Side strike is also totally fine. I think almost any move combination works with Mewtwo. We just go Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf, and Spoon as our items. And then we go for attack speed emblems as well, with X attack as our battle item. If you go for recover, you could also decide to maybe go for eject button, but in general you just want to have X attack and just maximize your attack speed output for insane damage by being mega evolved. Just gotta be a bit careful. I should only recommend playing it in central area though, because I feel like in a path it's quite weak. It's like, you know, pretty similar to like Cinder Ace or Greninja. I don't think it's necessarily the best there, but if you really want, you can also play it in path and probably succeed on it. Besides that, other honorable attacker mentions. I feel like attackers are quite weird right now. In general, but I think Espeon, Pikachu also very 2 solid choices you can easily do. But in general, attacker, I think these 3 are the best, and after that there's a bit of a, you know, gap to the rest. Next up we have Defender, and the best defender for probably ranked is still Lapras. I started going Water Pulse now with Ice Beam after the Perish Song nerfs. I don't think Perish Song is all that good anymore. I think Water Pulse might be the better move again, and I had a lot of success with Water Pulse already too. Just going Ice Beam now instead of Bubble Beam to just maximize my damage output, because Ice Beam does a crazy amount of damage with a special specs, a Spoon, and also Focus Band. You can also play the Curse item over Focus Band, but Lapras got squishier, so I can just play the Focus Band to make up for the nerfs of Lapras being squishier now. Besides that, X-Speed and very straightforward defender Pokemon, super strong, a lot of damage, a very good late game, and very good team fighting. I would recommend only a top or bot path, of course, not in central area. I mean, none of the defenders should be played in central area. They're all just, you know, bot path or top path Pokemon. You can also play an XP share variant if you really want to. If you decide to go for duo or trio, you can also replace one of the items with XP share and go for more of like a defender style. But I think you can see right here, like this damagey style is still quite insane. Next defender is the Umbreon. Foul Play Snarl is still the best build, but Mean Look Wish and Mean Look Snarl is also totally fine. Both are very strong builds, but I think Foul Play Snarl is still a bit better when it comes to especially solo queue. But if you go for like team play, probably Mean Look is the way to go. But yeah, Foul Play is super strong. I personally play this bit of a damagey build with Muscle Band, Razor Claw, and the Curse item. If you don't want to do this, you can also just add a Focus Band very easily, or maybe even a Cookie to be a bit tankier. But I really like the muscle auto tech thing, because you do auto tech a lot in Foul Play Snarl, and it lets a lot of extra damage to your abilities. X speed, and then of course 6 brown and 6 white emblems. Next up might be a surprise, but Crush is currently one of the best defender in ranked with Shell Smash, Xos, and a crit build. Honestly, it crits way too often, and I feel like something might be wrong there, but the amount of crits you get out is absolutely insane. I play Scope Lens, Razor Claw, crit emblems, and attack weight with the eject button. And I think it's one of those very underrated Pokemon. You don't have to go all of this. You can also just go for like attack weight, weakness policy, maybe even a Cookie or something, or Float Stone if you don't want to go for the crit gamble. But trust me, you crit a crazy amount on Crustle. And for the last defender on this list, I choose a Trevenant. Trevenant with Woodhammer Hornleech is still absolutely amazing and something I can 100% recommend. Also still seeing tournament gameplay. In solo queue, I don't play XP share, but you can also play XP share. I go for attack weight, Focus Band, and Cookie, double stacking, and I try to just be as annoying as possible, doing a lot of damage, stunning my opponents over and over again. It's a great bot path Pokemon or top path Pokemon, and in general I would recommend, you know, I mean, you can go XP share as well if you have a duo or a trio you can rely on. You can always decide to maybe go for XP share on any of these defender Pokemon, but if you play solo queue, often it's just going to probably handicap you more than it's going to help you. And for the last honorable mention as well, I guess Slowbro. You can also play Amnesia and Surf, or Skite, Amnesia, Slowbro, but I do think in solo queue it's not all too amazing, but Slowbro might just be one of the strongest defender when it comes to team play. Heading into the speedster category now, and Jojo is still one of the best speedsters right now with the drill pick and jump kick. You can also play tri-attack jump kick, but it's a bit more difficult to play, so I would recommend jump kick drill pick the most. We go double stacking attack weight cookie with a razor claw for the normal build, full heal for our battle item, and of course 6 brown and 6 white emblems. You can play it on top, mid or bot path, so pretty much can go anywhere. Doesn't really matter. With a pack and quick attack, you actually have quite good early game and solid last hitting, so for sure can pretty much go anywhere you want it to go, and you can have a lot of success with it. Zorok was struggling a tiny bit, but now that Mewtwo Y, Mewtwo X got nerfed a bit, it's for sure much better again. It's also a great counter to Mew, and you will play against Mew pretty much every single game right now. You can use Illusion to counter the boost auto attack of Mew, you can counter Electro Ball with it, so it's an amazing choice. And it can go either top, bot, or Sentries, so it's very flexible. It's always very positive if a Pokemon can do that, if it can go pretty much anywhere. We play double stacking with either Weakness Policy or Energy Amplifier, and full heal for our battle item. And then of course 6 brown, 6 white emblems again. Shouldn't be a surprise, pretty much all of these physical attacker Pokemon will be using the 6 brown, 6 white emblem page. Even though Leafeon was nerfed, I think it's still one of the best ranked Pokemon when it comes to Speedster, with a Solar Blade and Leaf Blade as our build, Attack Weight, Energy Amplifier and Body Barrier as my go-to, of course 6 brown, 6 white emblems, and an eject button, and still very, very good. It has very early game power spikes, right? You can go top with it, the bot or central area as well again. Level 4 is super easily achievable, which means you can always get every last hit, or you can also have very strong, very early ganks by going central area. And then Unite Move on level 8 is also very early, which means you can spam Unite Move on cooldown. Even though it got a nerf, it's still absolutely amazing, and 1% a Pokemon you should be looking out for. Now for the supports, first one Hoopa. I think Hoopa's absolutely amazing for ranked. Hyperspace Portal Phantom Force is an incredibly strong build that is super annoying throughout the entire game. Even if your teammates don't take portals, there's a lot you can do with this Pokemon, and Unbound, the Unite move, is still one of the most broken things in the entire game. Can even win team fights just by auto-attacking. For head items, you play Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf, and XP Share, combining it with attack speed emblems. You just want to auto-attack, and auto-attack, be as annoying as possible. I personally like Shedinja Doll a lot on this one, on Hoopa, but you can also go for X speed if you don't want to go for the Shedinja Doll. And yeah, of course you go top or bot path, and Hoopa is very, very, very strong. And for the last Pokemon in the last bit on this list, we have Cotton Spore and Pollen Puff Eldegoss. Also super, super strong for ranked, especially for solo queue as well. Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf, and XP share the exact same build as Hoopa with attack speed emblems, and then we can either go X attack or X speed. I personally like X speed more, just because we are a bit squishy sometimes if we go a bit too far. It just helps us, you know, move in, move out, since we don't have Leaf Tornado. Pollen Buff and Cotton Guard, or Cotton Spore, I mean, I think is the best build. Cotton Spore gives us CC, a bit of move speed, and then Pollen Puff gives us good healing and also damage reduction late game. And I think in general, it's just something you want to be going for. That's it for the list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel.